Hello and welcome to the Esport-Talk podcast episode number 1. Yet today we are publishing our first episode from the Esport-Talk podcast. Some people may know that we are already published some podcasts, but only in German. Now we want to go international, so we are decided to publish English podcasts. So I hope you enjoy, and now let's start. Today we are talking about the Worlds, and for this we have someone in our today's episode who is an expert in League of Legends and also in freak in stuff like game statistics and analytics. So he's the perfect person for this episode, and he will give us some information what's going on the Worlds right now, and also we will take a look about the Worlds now and the Worlds in 2015. So let's welcome Chris, also known as MoSiTing. I don't know if this is right.
It's MoSiTing.
It's MoSiTing. Okay. Hello, Chris. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Hello, guys. So
great.
I think I will help you out with some insights overall. So
yeah, of course. That was the next part. So introduce yourself.
yeah. So I'm Chris MoSiTing Würger, and I'm a professional League of Legends coach. I coached CW, or known as Copenhagen Wolves, in the spring split 2016, and then I was going into Turkey this summer split with Team to Quality, and yeah.
That's a difficult name to pronounce.
It's not too difficult, I think. It's just not that known in Western.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. So I think that's one of my favorite questions, the first question, and I think also other people are interested into this question. Do you think SKT is still one of the favorite teams to make it to the finals?
I think it's definitely one of the best teams currently.
Yeah.
But they are slacking a bit, and it's most likely because they the meta is not optimal for them.
Yeah.
But also I think currently, just looking at on paper before the tournament started, there's EDG coming in, which are looking pretty strong, one of the best teams. Yeah. Then I think Rox Tigers as well, and they beat SKT, and then SKT, and I would even rank them just by order.
Yeah. Okay. It was really surprising because I take a look at the table, and the Flash Wolves, that surprised me a lot because they are losing against Cloud9 and they're winning against SKT.
Yeah, I think this is one of the biggest disappointments overall.
Okay.
That the LMS region is not showing up, because before you could see in-game wise or the stats wise, they were actually on par with Korean teams, and at some point people even called Flash Wolves the Korean destroyer or Korean hunter.
Okay, that's pretty cool. What was your biggest surprise or disappointment until now?
Biggest surprise was definitely that wildcard regions are nearly on par with everyone else. Of course, on the first day it was more like a surprise that INS was winning against EDG, but I think it's also maybe you could just say that EDG was not showing respect or something like that. So, but in the end, what I saw is that macro-wise, they're definitely playing as good as EU right now, and that's actually a big surprise. So the gap is getting smaller and smaller between wildcard regions.
Okay, and what was your biggest disappointment?
Yeah, as I said, that I'm following the LMS region.
Okay,
and,
sorry.
Yeah.
I was confused right now. So, EDG is Edward Gaming.
Yeah.
They have 2 wins, 1 lose. I think that's pretty good. Going to the next question. We're talking about the Korean teams. What do you think? Why are Korean teams currently stronger than NA or EU teams?
So if we approach that question historically, they were better than all the time. So right now I think the gap is closing a bit, but as far as I see it, and I also have some insight on that because I had some Koreans in my team before, and they were also in Korean teams before. Scrims are totally different in Korea than they are how they are held here. Here, people are not actually that tryharding. And in Korea, it's more like a business. It's actually real work for them. So they are really tryharding. They are really putting huge effort into that. But just also because they have huge houses where mostly up to 10 or 15 people are in the house at the same time.
Okay.
So there's a huge competition in one team itself.
Okay, that's amazing. Yeah. In Korea, the international or the national sport is esports. So yeah, they have much more pressure, I think, and
but also exposure, of course. So,
yes, of course. Yeah. Which player do you think is the most valuable at the moment?
So I don't like to hop onto bandwagons or something. So there's people currently saying that Klirov is one of the best players.
Okay.
And then also, of course, there's still people saying that Faker is one of the best. But what I see so far during the split is that I think it's either Prey or Crown. But it's also because I was watching nearly every game from Rocks Tigers and in LCK. So Crown is before he looking at him how he performed in LCK and then how he comes into this Worlds, he's nearly like Faker.
Okay.
How he performed before. But it's we have to wait and look at him basically. Maybe he shows up, maybe not. He had some really good games, but then also some really bad games against TSM.
Yeah, the new Faker. Yeah, that will be interesting. Yeah, what would be the perfect team look like for you?
So for me, if you want to have a perfect team, then everyone should have the attitude of improving, and everyone should focus on the process rather than having the end result in the view. So that ultimately means that everyone should be open for criticism, and also everyone should put in the extra hours. So nobody should handle league as work and just wants to get over it. Everyone should try to help each other out as well. So that would be the optimal team. Also, what would be really good is some teams are mostly focused on one strategy or on one playstyle. And if you have a team that is actually good at more playstyles, that would be really good. But that's mostly fictional and not. It's not in an optimal world. That scenario is not that often.
Okay, if you had the chance to put a team together, which people would you take to create this team?
So there would be mostly Koreans on it, basically.
Okay.
So, but if I had to put someone for mid lane, I could give alternatives as well. So I think Bjergsen is one of the best mid laner currently. So it would be between Bjergsen, Crown, or even Faker, one of these three. Then for jungle, it would be either Clearlove or that one is actually. I think it would be Peanut.
Okay.
And then for top lane, there's undoubtedly that it's Smap. Mm-hmm. He's definitely one of the best, if not the undisputed best top laner. Yeah. And for bot lane, I think it's also Prey. In my eyes, the best AD carry in Worlds. And for support, it's between Wolf or Gorilla. But I'm a bit unbiased because I'm a huge Rocks Tigers fan. So
okay, that's only a question we want to hear. Yeah. What do you think is the best team or the best team composition? But if you put this people all together, you can't know if this work out. So
it won't work out because because of communication. There's so many factors.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, many Faker can speak English. Right.
Yeah, but I think to some extent not that well. Actually, not
fluent. Yeah. I think that's a huge problem because the Korean are they don't want to learn English. Yeah, that's a that's
so far what I heard is that basically the language itself is a bit different. Even Mandarin is also completely different to English and all the other languages that we have here.
Mandarin, they are speaking Korean.
Yeah, I know. But I
Okay.
mean the Asian
Okay.
languages.
Yeah.
So they're like similar. I don't want to say that they are completely the same, but they like Cantonese and Mandarin, for example, they share.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
So yeah,
But it's it's really cool because many Korean people can speak Chinese. They are learning Chinese in school,
yeah.
but don't learn English in school. So yeah, but yeah, that's Korea. So let's talk about the Worlds now and the Worlds in 2015. If you had to compare last year with the 2016 Worlds, what do you think should they change?
So right now, I think it's totally fine. The style that is played currently, I think it's far more entertaining than back in 2015. Because in 2015, we mostly saw like Fiora on top. We had a side lane pusher, and we had like sometimes even double TPs, like with two assassins,
Yeah,
one in mid and one in
top lane.
on top, exactly. And then we had like mostly supportive AD carry and Eva like a tanky support, like Tam Kench or Fresh. And it was like mostly we saw like fights around Baron. And the problem with that meta was that like teams were mostly on the back foot and not that proactive.
Okay.
Like Korean teams, they were focused on having a split pusher and then playing with the pressure and like baiting barons and stuff like that. But today it's mostly more around the 4v4 and actually it's more siege and poke. So
Okay.
currently, many like you can see it as well in these worlds. Teams adapted. They are way better at baiting baron
Okay.
compared to last worlds. So I think they mostly learned, but also I like if you compare it to 2015, the overall playstyle was it was more like a in later games in later stage of the game, a team could easily lose instead of win a game, and that's I think that's not a good approach.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think it will change every world. So yeah. That's true.
I think next season we will see like either assassin jungle meta again, or
Okay.
maybe a full tank top lane again.
Really? Do you think assassin in jungle? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. It's like 2 seasons ago that we had that, so
Okay.
I think we will come back to that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. What do you think? How much has the meta changed between the Worlds 2015 and 2016?
Yeah, like I said a bit. So,
But we are right now in the tank meta. So
yeah. So back then, there was like we had double assassins on mid and on top, and then yeah, like bot lane was completely supportive. They were just simply a pushing tool and to get like the turrets. That's it, most likely. And now we are kind of back at like having actual damage or even hyper carries to some extent, like Ashe. Doing a split, we saw that, or like yeah, Caitlyn currently. So, and for jungle, there wasn't a big change. I think like they are still tanky, but still with some exceptions. Like Lee Sin and Kha'Zix, they are coming back as well. So
okay, I have a different question. Is Ivan or even will it be open for the world to play?
I don't think so. It's also mostly you see it
they're playing on the
6.18,
6.18, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Also, like I think it's always there's a rule that's right. They don't implement the newest champion before Worlds.
Yeah,
It's just like simply before LAN, no new champion comes in.
Yeah, but it would be cool. I think even is one. It's so different. This champion is really different to other junglers because you can't kill your jungle creeps, and yeah, a pretty interesting champion. Would be nice. Yeah,
but I think this rule is also there to just minimize like in-game bugs because there still needs to be like some testing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. What's your prediction for the games on the 7th on October?
So I think it's like on this day we see like for group. It was for Group A, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
It's 1 moment. We'll take a look. 7th. It's for group. I don't know.
So with Rocks Tigers in.
It's Rocks Tigers. Yeah, it's Group A. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is like a day for only Group A, and they're starting with Gamers 2 and Rocks, and I think this will most likely, like I will say, 99% for Rocks Tigers. So there will be no upset there, and then Albus Nox against CLG, and most likely, I think that Albus Nox will beat CLG, because like in terms of style, I give Albus Nox the benefits of the doubt here.
Yeah.
Because most people will say that CLG will win, and actually I think like looking at them, they were one of the teams from Wildcard. They are actually showing up. I think they can even get out of groups.
Okay.
So, but we have to yeah, like that would be quite a surprise.
Yeah.
That would mean that EU doesn't get out of groups, and then CLG against Gamers 2, and yeah, I think CLG will win.
It would be a surprise if they lose, but
Yeah.
G2 have zero wins and 3 losers. It seems not pretty good.
Honestly, they always have this kind of like it's like a disease for them. Every time they go to like an event, they suddenly start slacking and they don't show up. And I think it's not because of scrims or anything.
Okay.
Maybe it's because of like stage fright or something. But I'm not sure. I'm not too sure about that, because they actually, when they played in playoffs in EU, it was also different because they were playing really good.
Okay. Maybe they have to change their players. They are not so frightened for stages. So
yeah,
I think that would be.
It's just an assumption. So
yeah, of course, yeah.
And then there is Albus Nox versus Rocks, and I think this goes to Rocks most likely. I think Rocks Tigers will not drop one game, only like if they manage to fuck up against CLG. So, and I hope it's allowed to say fuck up. So
fuck up.
not to drop the F bomb here.
What do
for Gamers 2 and Albus, I will most likely say like that Albus will show up and win against EU and get out of groups.
Okay. What do you think about CLG?
I think CLG so far is one of the teams that had the most or the biggest progress over the whole season.
Okay.
And into Worlds. Like I didn't think of CLG as a threat for EU based on their performance during the split in NA. So I think currently, like with Poppy coming back in, it fits their playstyle, because they always give Darshan a tank on top, and then they try to play around bot lane, and that suits them. But looking at like Korean teams, they're playing a complete different style. They mostly play around top, and bot lane is like a mid game. Like it gives them the edge in mid game, and they value it not that often.
Okay.
So
yeah, I heard from many people that CLG is one of the secret favorite who can win this.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear this from some people. I don't know if this is right, but yeah.
I think it would be like a big surprise if they get into semis. I think they could actually get into quarter, but not too sure about that.
But I think the biggest problem with CLG is they have too many Koreans in their team. Yeah, I don't know. So, but when I take a look at the games, yeah, Poppy, they're playing Gnar. Okay, yeah. Poppy's cool. I love Poppy.
Yeah, it's really good against like Lee Sin, and if you have gap closing AD carries as well, like Lucian, but we didn't see Lucian that often.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Only like 5 times. So,
what is the most played ADC right now?
I think it's Ezreal fairly often.
Oh, really? Ezreal? Caitlyn also, I think.
Yeah, I think it's still like it's Jin, Caitlyn, and Ezreal still.
Okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, I have the exact numbers currently. So we have 14 games on Ezreal and then 10 on Jin, and after that there's Caitlyn. But win ratios are far in favor of Caitlyn.
Okay.
And actually Lucian sitting like he has 5 games as well, but won 4 games out of it. Most
Okay.
likely like played from Forgiven as well. And Ezreal doesn't have like that high win rate. He's only at like 40% win rate.
Okay. Yeah, but that means not much. So
Yeah, sure.
yeah. So yeah, cool. Oh, they're playing Marsaha. What is the favorite support? Because what I see often was Karma.
Yeah. So
It's also-
before Worlds, Karma was one of the best picks.
yeah.
It's also like because of the so she scales very well into mid, and also like after certain like if you get your fiends or if you get your how is it called?
I don't know.
Okay, doesn't matter. But into mid game she scales very well, and also like there's really good counterplay in most comps. Like you can play aggressive with her
Yeah.
in comps, and you can also like play her in kiting back comps. So she's flexible.
Yeah.
And Nami is like one of the most played in Worlds simply because she's very safe and also lane winning.
Yeah.
And if you have like Caitlyn as well on top of that, one of the most obnoxious bot lanes. So.
Wow. Okay.
But I think for supports, like something we have to watch out is like Alistair and then also Tahm Kench. I think Tahm Kench by far doesn't have that many games. I think he's still one of the best support picks. So
Okay.
and
why?
we will see it from Korean teams, basically because of his kit overall. You can deny so many good plays from your enemy team simply with the Devur. And then also his ultimate is a really great tool for like dives and overall.
Okay, that's true. Yeah, you have a good engage potential with Tahm Kench.
You can rotate faster and also like go for really good dives on either side.
Yeah. What do you think about Bard? Will be Bard picked more often?
I think if we see Bard, then only from either from CLG or from Flash Wolves.
Yeah.
I think from the Korean teams they rate Alistair over most picks, and Tahm Kench as well. I think, but currently like everyone is trying to get Nami because she's so safe. So.
Yeah. But I think Nami will have the biggest ban rate.
I think by far, like watching all the top picks right now, Nami is overrated. I think she's not ban worthy.
Okay. Yeah, cool. We're at the end now, so thank you, Chris, to be here, to take your time.
Thanks as well.
And yeah, do you have any social media links or that kind of stuff?
Actually, I'm mostly on Twitter.
Okay.
It's Twitter at MoSiTing KYD.
Okay, no, we will put this into the description below,
I
so the people can click on it and they will get directly to your Twitter account. So you don't have to.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think it's a little bit complicated for people because that's we will put all your social media links into the description below, and there you can find out more about Chris. I think you can write him when you want to get some information about the worlds or some other stuff. Is there anything else we can put into the description from your team or?
Currently, I'm just helping out like some German teams in EPS out, and we have to wait for like next bit. I don't want to spoil anything because there's nothing done yet, so nothing I can speak about in public.
So yeah, I think it's good when we are putting your social media into the description so the people will stay informed what's going on by Chris. So
of course, and feel free to ask. I'm always open for help. So
yeah, cool.
Don't be shy.
Nice. Okay, then I would say we will close this podcast now. Thank you, everyone, to be here to listen to this podcast. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you don't mind that this is our first English podcast, and we are giving our best to make it as understandable as possible. So, but I think the people will understand us, Chris. So it will be work hard. So yeah, I hope we will see you in the next episode from the Esport-Talk podcast. We wish you a great day, and bye.
Bye.